Welcome back to another thrift charity shop video. The last one did so well, so I thought I'd do another one, which means that I have to film in public again, which I find incredibly awkward, but these are the things that I do for you. But no, I actually really enjoyed filming the last video and I found some really good things, so I'm excited to go again. I usually prefer to charity shop a little bit further out, like on the outskirts of the city, so that's what I'm going to do today. And I think I'm going to structure this video a little bit differently and film it over different days whenever I'm at charity shop, just because that is more true to the nature of charity shopping. Last time I tried to do it all in one day, but obviously it's very dependent on luck and you have like better chances doing it over different days anyways. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Today we're going to do a couple sort of south of Norwich, and then there's a couple more north of Norwich that I want to go to today. So we're kind of going all over the city. Last time I was on Magdalen Street in Norwich, and that's kind of as close as I like to get to the city centre for charity shopping. I do just prefer the charity shops further out, all in like smaller towns, you know, across the county. In terms of my wish list, nothing has really changed. Some of the things that I have been able to find since making the last video, some of the things I am still looking for. Some things might not be that big of a priority anymore, but I still just kind of keep an eye out. And then there are some things that I have been more obsessed recently, like polka dot is obviously a big thing at the moment, and I don't think I'll struggle finding that in the charity shops. I do usually always see some, but I think it kind of depends on the polka dot pattern sometimes. Silver jewellery, I've been looking a lot for that, and I really want to get a pair of clogs. On jewellery and clogs, don't know how much luck I'm going to get. Jewellery especially, the majority of stuff in the charity shops is like costume jewellery, but I want like antique-y, like real silver. So without further ado, let's go ahead to the first few charity shops and hopefully we find some goodies today. Let's go. Straight away I found some cute white tops, which is usually what I'm mostly looking for at the moment because that is also what I wear already quite a lot of. This Primark blouse was super cute. I already have one very similar to that. And then I also like this polka dot top and sort of the texture that it had, but I didn't necessarily love the back feature. This yellow blouse would have been so cute if it was more of a butter yellow and not as vibrant of a yellow. And then I've been going through all the baskets of random scarves, which I used to always ignore. But I'd love to find a polka dot scarf or something similar to use as a headscarf. Then we're already off to the next shop. All of these shops are in a row. So I love these types of areas, especially when 2 to 3 charity shops is all you really have time and energy for. This polka dot bucket hat was so cute and the first thing I noticed when I walked in, and I really considered getting it, but I had to be very honest with myself and I was never going to wear this out. I like these H&M linen trousers, and I also found a couple of vintage jeans, which I always like to have a look at, but usually they're a mum jean type of shape, which I don't love on me, so I didn't get either of them. This polka dot shirt I should have bought. I usually put things back if my initial thought is, oh, I could crop that, because I usually never end up cropping it, or it's just generally a sign that I don't actually love the piece that much. Then someone seemed to have donated their whole collection of COS dresses. There were all these navy oversized types of dresses, which I knew I wouldn't really wear, so I didn't even really bother trying them on. But I still just found it so fun to spot them throughout the rails. I then went to try on the linen trousers, which were a bit too small, and also this white nightgown. I left it behind because I just felt like I wouldn't really actually wear it. Then we're off to the next and last charity shop in this area. I went through the rack of shorts, but I honestly never really have any luck. Usually the men's shorts are a better bet for me. I spotted another white shirt blouse, and I also really like this blue shirt, but the back design again kind of threw me off a little bit. Then this polka dot dress really caught my eye, so I went to try it on, and I honestly couldn't really tell if I liked it. The front had this strange ruching, which kind of seemed a bit odd, and I do really have a polka dot dress similar to this one, but it has short sleeves, so this one was a bit tricky to decide on. Alright, I've made it to the other side of the city, bit of a trek, but there's a couple charity shops here that I want to try out, so hopefully they've got some good stuff. This charity shop slaps every single time. It's quite big and very well organised, and I always find absolute gems here. Initially I did a lot of browsing and just looking at all of the hangers, which always feels a lot more enjoyable when the hangers aren't super tightly squeezed together, you know. As always, I always checked out the jewellery, and as always it was mostly costume jewellery or just not really my style. I like this skirt, which is kind of basic, but I actually don't have anything like it. There was this cute white crochet bolero with an old mango label attached, finished, but it was still in really good condition and it seemed like quite a nice thing to just throw on in the summer. I also like this Zara meshy summer dress to throw on over bikini, and there's another meshy knit crochet style white top. The white coloured racks are just always my absolute favourite to go through. Some of the off-white colours aren't really my favourite, but there were still some really nice silhouettes like this bolero cardigan. Then these capri jeans seem so fun to me in the shop, but I don't really love capris on me in general, and also now looking back, I don't even love them that much. I don't really know what I was thinking. And then the last thing I found was this Laura Ashley white coloured puff sleeve blouse, which is literally all I ever look for in charity shops. At this point, I had a lot of stuff to try on, so let's have a look together. The crochet cardigan was so tight around the arms and generally not as loose fitting as I had hoped. The Laura Ashley blouse was obviously to die for. A little more see-through than I anticipated and also a little bit too long. The Zara dress was really nice as well, but I didn't realise it had these massive slits on either side, which even as a bikini cover-up, I just don't really love. I picked up this white dress, which on the hanger looked like a really nice A-line shape, but it fit so weird when I tried it on. It was really loose around the waist, but then really tight on the hips and the chest, and it was also so much longer than I thought. However, this ASOS striped dress I actually loved so much, and this weirdly seems like such a good bikini throw on as well. I especially love the loose shape and that it kind of has a low back as well. These shorts I kind of knew would be a miss, mainly based on the fabric, which wasn't 100% cotton, which is kind of the only jeans fabric I will go for. I'm just not a fan of the thinner, stretchier type of denim. I really hope this dress would fit as a nice sort of basic, more trendy dress in my wardrobe for the kind of low-key occasions that sometimes pop up, and it did fit really well, but it was just so short, which is weird because I'm only 5'4", so I'm really not sure why this was so short. I did, however, really love this H&M flowy white dress. It was a bit hard to imagine it without my sports bra underneath, but it's just so cutesy, which I love. Then afterwards I had a quick browse in the homeware section. I like this lamp, but I already own way too many lamps. I've also been meaning to buy an alarm clock, but this one was kind of beat up, and I was also worried that it might just not work. They also had some cute tableware, like these made in England plates, and I like this glass vase without the ice cubes in it, obviously, but I didn't really want to carry any glass stuff around with me. Off to the last charity shop of the day. This again seemed very well organized. The racks weren't too full, but they still had lots of stuff. As always, I found a couple white tops that I liked, but they were a bit too small and also just nothing too special. I did like this flowy green top. I love the Zara shirt, but there just would be absolutely no occasion for me to wear this too. They actually for once also had some good men's shorts, but I already got a lot of them secondhand, which I will also show you at the end of this video when I show you my haul. Then this H&M top had the perfect polka dot pattern, but when I tried it on, it fit so strangely, I just had to leave it there. Some more cutesy homeware bits. I always love anything chrome, and they also had these polka dot mugs, but I honestly do not need any more mugs in my house. That was the end of day one charity shopping. However, I went on a few more trips over the following weeks. First, I went to Wymondham with my friend Lucy, who drove us there, so I had the chance to buy some furniture pieces if I found any. The first place we went to is a craft themed charity shop, so they have lots of furniture and clothes as usual, but they also have lots of fabric, yarn, and basically any craft items you could need. Who can we buy this for? We need to buy this for someone. I can't think of anyone who likes, everyone. Very nice.
Do you need a sign of a good quality bevel on the...
Yes, yeah.
So, not that niche, that knowledge. I thought I was one time.
I know my mirrors. I didn't find any clothes in this shop, and I was very overwhelmed by the yarn selection, just knowing how much yarn I already have at home. However, I did find some very cute fabrics, which I'm hoping to use for some future sewing projects. We then went to the Wymondham Furniture warehouse, and let me tell you, if you live anywhere near Norwich or Norfolk in general, you need to head to this place. They always have amazing stock, and the owners are the loveliest people who will always give you a very good deal at the till. As you can see, there's so much furniture, and Lucy actually found this gorgeous bedside table for only £15, which I was very, very jealous of. We then did some more rummaging, and I'll show you later the two things that I got. We went back to Lucy's tattoo studio to put up a mirror that she found and also leave the bedside table there. Ryan's just asked to come into this charity shop, and I'm trying to act so nonchalant, but this is very exciting times. This was at the big cancer research charity shop at Riverside, which is actually so well priced, with most things at £2 to £3. This Pepe jean skirt reminded me so much of my mum. I swear she used to wear this brand and this type of skirt all the time when I was younger. They had these Dickies trousers for only £5, although they were very slim fit, and I totally should have bought the Sherpa vest. They had these Reebok trainers in the men's section, which were actually my size, but they weren't really cute enough for me to actually consider them. However, when I was then browsing in the women's section, I found these Onitsuka Tiger trainers in my size. I literally couldn't believe my luck. I never find cool trainers and good condition in my size. In the meantime, Ryan was browsing the books and DVDs. I did try to find him some trousers, but none of them really fit that well. I had a quick browse myself in the books, but I didn't really find anything. Annoyingly, a few days later, I mentioned to Ryan that I want to read the Hunger Games books, and he said that the whole series was there at this charity shop. So then he went back to check for me if they were still there, but they were already gone. So I really don't know how I missed them on the day. Anyways, I went back to looking at some clothes. I like these vintage plaid trousers, although vintage trousers always look a bit odd on me. Someone also definitely donated their collection of vintage nightgowns, which were all so cute. I tried on this black Gap knit jumper, which was kind of cute, but not perfect, so I just left that one behind. This butter yellow shirt also had a bit of a strange fit, and it didn't wow me enough to purchase it, although the colour was very cute. Then, just like I thought, the vintage trousers didn't really fit. I don't love a tapered leg or a high waist, and yeah, I just love these Onitsuka Tigers. I love any trainers that have a pop of red, but they were just so small. I'm a size 5.5 and these were a size 6, but they honestly fit like a 5 or 4.5. I do have kind of wide feet, so this brand might just not be the one for me, but I literally couldn't believe how tight they were. I don't know if they can hear me.
Probably not.
Hello, we are in Münster and we are going to go to a charity shop here. I think previously found some good stuff there, so hopefully we'll find some more stuff. Are you excited to find some stuff?
I'm so excited for charity shopping.
Woohoo, let's do
International charity shopping.
International. The only thing I remember about this place is that they don't have the prices, so sometimes I get worried or scared to buy things because then they'll turn out to be like really expensive, and then I'm too awkward to say no, and then I'll just buy it. So yeah, I just don't buy anything full stop. So we'll see, maybe I can figure out the pricing system here somehow. The shop also sells a lot of brand new items at the front, which I overheard the owner say to someone else that they purchased the dead stock from brands for cheap so they can then sell it on. I really like this brand new brown bag, which the shape of it was kind of long. If it wasn't so long, I would have definitely gotten it, but yeah, the shape just kind of threw me off. Straight away, I did find a nice basic brown belt, which has been on my list to get for ages now. Otherwise, I just browsed the rails, but I honestly couldn't really find anything interesting. I did try another belt, but I didn't really love it as much. Again, I was hoping to find a nice headscarf, but still had no luck here. Then for once, I actually found a nice piece of jewellery here, which I cannot wait to show you later in this video. They also had lots of glassware and homeware, but there was just no point going through that because I couldn't take any of that back to the UK with me. I then found some cute bags, but I put both of them back just because I couldn't really think of any use for them. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of the way they organise their trousers and shorts here, because who's got the energy to unfold every pair of jeans just to get a look at the fit of them? The main thing I wanted to come here for was their fabric selection. I'm mostly on the lookout for white lacy fabric, and just as I hoped, I found a couple nice bits of fabric here that were literally perfect. The rest of the store didn't really have much to offer. They had a pretty good skirt and shoe collection, but maybe I wasn't really in the mood, or their stuff just didn't really speak to me that much. Either way, I didn't really find that much more stuff here. Hello, welcome back. It is the end of a very successful few weeks of charity shopping. We have all the things from the charity shops in here, and then I also have a pile here of shorts that I bought secondhand from Messina Hembry, I think that's how you say that. I wanted to show you these because in my previous video I mentioned that shorts, as in jean shorts, gym type shorts, were a very big thing on my list, and at the end of the video I kind of concluded that relying on charity shops to find them wasn't going to work, because I'm looking for a very specific fit. I still didn't want to buy them new, so instead I went on Messina Hembry and I ordered a bunch to try on. And these are the ones that I kept, so I wanted to show you. I'm actually already wearing one pair of the shorts that I got. It's just these butter yellow little fleecy type shorts. These are definitely more shorts that I'm just going to wear at home, but I love throwing these on in the summer when I'm working from home with a cute top like this. It's just comfy, airy, breezy. Then these are all the jean shorts that I got, and this might seem excessive. It probably is a little bit, but this is based on the fact that I've not had jean shorts for the last 5 summers, maybe longer than that. And I've realized that the type of shorts that I need to go for is men's, and that I need to go up in the waist because I like wearing them lower rather than high-waisted. So once I made that revelation, it changed everything for me. We have a pair of Calvin Klein short-ish jeans. These are my go-to. They fit the best. They're really comfy. I wish they were slightly darker wash, but there's nothing I can do about that. These are just, yeah, super comfy, my go-to. Then we have a pair of John Boehner jeans. These are slightly longer, but like not as long to the knee. They're kind of like a light medium wash, I would say. I have worn these a couple times. I think they're more of like a 18-degree type shorts, not so much a 24-degree type shorts, if you know what I mean. Then we have a pair of Pioneer shorts, and these fit really well when I'm standing and not moving. However, they really ride up, and I probably just need a bit more space in the bum area because that's why they ride up. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that because I was trying them on at home and wasn't like walking up and down the street, you know, so I haven't worn them since then, but they are literally the perfect shape and the perfect wash. Then I have a proper long pair of jorts. These are Eddie Bauer. I haven't gotten to wear these yet just because it has been a bit too warm, but I think these will be really cool when it's kind of that in-between period between summer and autumn, just with a cute little top. Then these I really like, and I tried them on. They're these white Lee jeans, and I really like the side embroidery detail here. However, when I tried them on again recently, didn't love them as much. So I'm still going to hold on to them. Maybe next summer I feel more like wearing them. Like I said, I do think they are very cool. It might just be that when I first bought them and I tried them on to like now, like a month later, might just fit differently. Who knows? And then the last pair, I love these so much. These are a pair of Tommy Hilfiger, and these are darker wash, which I generally kind of prefer. However, same thing with the white ones. If I was to try them on now, I think I would send them back because they are way too big. These definitely need to be taken in because I do really love them, and I love how short they are. They're just a bit too loose. That is my jean short collection. And then I also purchased like these, just some more looser, sporty type of shorts. 2 of them have become my absolute daily staples. We have a navy pair of Adidas, which just fit amazingly, and we have a black pair of Adidas, which are slightly longer, ever so slightly, but also fit incredibly. I wear these 24/7. I got these greenish, more canvasy type shorts, which I love the look of, and very similar to the Pioneer jean shorts. These look great when I'm standing around or when I'm wearing them at home. However, they ride up like crazy when I wear them out and about. So either I'm going to keep them as an at-home short, or I'm going to sell them on because I cannot wear them comfortably out and about without just constantly like going like this. Then I also got these green Puma shorts, which I love the color. However, I realized I don't like this fabric as much, like this proper, I don't know, football, I don't know what you call this fabric. I do much prefer this like more matte fabric to the shiny fabric. Just the way it fits on me, the way it falls on me. I love the color of these, but I think I might sell them on. Unfortunately, I have 2 more of these pairs. I actually held them back because they are way too big and I was going to sew them to be tighter, but I'm glad I hadn't done that yet because I'm going to just sell these because they again have this weird kind of fabric, the glossy fabric, and instead I'm going to try and get these colors in this matte fabric. Also from Messina Hembry, very randomly, I got this long black floral dress. This is the brand GG. It was the kind of size where if it's vintage sizing, it could have been too small. Like it was my size, but obviously in vintage sizing, you kind of have to size up a little bit. But I love this so much that I went to buy it anyways. And I am so completely obsessed with this. It fits perfectly. I know when something fits perfectly when I don't have to wear a bra with it. I can go braless with this. That's just all I ever want from any of my tops. All right, that was a quick speed round of those. And now let's get to my actual charity shop finds from this video. Starting off with dresses. This one actually wasn't from the charity shop finds. I just found this back again in my pile. But I got this dress on Vinted, and I swore myself that this would be the last vintage nightgown dress that I'll be purchasing because it's actually an addiction at this point. It is this St. Michael's eyelet vintage maxi dress. Well, obviously a nightgown back then. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I don't think I would wear it as a maxi dress. I might crop it and then use the bottom of the crop as a skirt, like a cute little eyelet mini skirt. I think that could be so adorable. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet. I don't want to make any rash decisions that could potentially ruin this dress. Then on the vintage nightgown dress hype, we have this one, which I'll from now on remember to say the prices because I still have the tags on. So I got this one for £3 and it looks like this. It's like a bluish nightgown with some gingham buttons and some embroidery details. It's so cute. And my plan for this one is actually to turn this into a little top. I'll probably have to take in the sides a little bit, but I like that sort of billowing out shape that these types of tops would then create. I also got this nightgown, which was £5. It's like a buttery light yellow. Again, it has like some embroidery details around sort of the edges and the front. And same thing again, I'm going to crop this and turn this into a cute little mini top, which I think would be adorable. I actually saw this top, I think on Vinted, and it really reminded me of like the plan that I have for these dresses. Then I, of course, got this H&M puffy white top, which has this like flower print. I just thought this was so cute. Again, I think I will crop this. I'm like obsessed with cropping things. I think it just needs a little bit of a crop for me to wear it more comfortably. If I wanted to, I probably could wear it as a skirt as well. So 2 in 1. And this was £7. So actually quite expensive, I think, for a charity shop. But this is in pretty much pristine condition and I did really like it. So that was worth it for me. Obviously, I also got this ASOS striped dress. This one was £5.50 and I just love the shape of it. I love that it is backless. The straps of this are a little bit long, so I might just take them up ever so slightly. I think as a bikini cover up, which is what I'm planning to wear it for, it works fine to be like looser and for the bikini to show through. But if I want to wear it day to day, I think I would feel a little bit self-conscious of like my tits falling out basically. And then I did end up getting this polka dot dress, which is from Topshop, and it was £5. I was very unsure whether to get this because I have a very similar polka dot dress already, which I got from Zara. However, that one is a short sleeve and has a slit up the side one leg, so it's a bit different. My thoughts for this is I might get rid of the front ruching because the ruching isn't on the back and I much prefer how the back looks. I'm not sure why this ruching is here at the front. It's just not. I just don't love it, but I do really love the v-neck at the front and the v-neck at the back, and the fact that this is long sleeve means that I could wear this in the autumn and the winter. Then I did get this Primark skirt, which is quite basic and it is Primark, so it's like nothing special, but I have thought previously that I would really like just a basic skirt like this that's kind of flowy and it fits really nicely, kind of low how I like it to fit. I don't love a side slit, but sometimes it does make sense for like garments like this, and it just seems like a nice little skirt that if I wanted to like pop into town on a warm day and look somewhat fancy without absolutely boiling, then I can pull this out and just be a bit flowy and cute, you know? And this one was £4, so it's pretty good. Then I did get a bunch of fabric, which I probably wasn't aware of how much I was getting because I was keeping it all in this bag to film this haul. Oh wait, no, this isn't fabric. I of course had to get the Laura Ashley puff sleeve blouse. This was £8, quite expensive, but it is Laura Ashley, so that is, you know, absolutely fair. I'm not complaining. I think the only thing I'm going to do to this is just crop it a little bit so it just sits a little bit higher wear. Otherwise, I love it. Like I said, it's a bit more see-through than I initially thought it would be, but I can work with that. I don't really mind. I do already have a lot of white blouses similar to this. I don't have a short sleeve one. I don't have one with a little collar like this. I don't have a Laura Ashley one, and I do wear these a lot. Now, onto the fabric. First of all, got this big piece of stretchy white fabric. Like, yeah, you can see it's stretchy. And the reason I got this is that all the fabric that I've previously sewn with has always been non-stretch, and I feel like I need to practice how to work with stretchy materials. A lot of the sewing inspo that I save is clearly made with stretchy materials, and I never get the chance to try it out. So mainly this is for practicing. Maybe I can make some cute things out of this, but it was £2 for like 2 meters of this, so I really couldn't say no. I also got another random bit of stretchy material. This is more of like an off-white, and this was £1. So yeah, again, just to practice, nothing fancy. Then we get to my more fancy fabrics. This one here was 30p. It has all these like eyelet designs. Now I think this was previously made into a pillowcase because it's kind of sewn on some ends, but yeah, I don't know. All I need to do is unpick the seam here, and then I'll have one big piece of fabric and I can make something cute out of that, maybe like a little skirt or something. And then the 2 bits of fabric that I got when I was in Germany, they have been freshly washed and not ironed, so excuse the state of them, but they are these like tablecloth bits of fabric. And what my plan is for these is I want to make some bags where I kind of just like fold them like that and then fold them up, but without obviously all the side bits. Like I still need to sew a little bit, but yeah, that's kind of my idea, to have a bag that then is a little bit see-through in some areas. I haven't 100% figured out my plan for that yet, but I think that will look really, really cute. I also got another one. It has this kind of embroidery see-through pattern, which I think again as a bag would look so adorable. I got a couple of accessories while I was in Germany as well. Obviously I got this belt, which actually is a H&M belt, I didn't realize. And then I found this necklace, which is so cute. It's just like on a simple chain, and yeah, I can't wait to wear this soon. Don't know how much the individual things were that I got at the charity shop in Germany, but the 2 bits of fabric, the belt and this were like €6.50, I think. Then I just got a small amount of household items. I first of all got this tiny little bowl for £1.49, and it says made in England at the bottom, which I always love. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, but I always like having little serving bowls. You can maybe put like a little dip in that. If I don't end up using it for food, I can put jewellery in it or little trinkets, stuff like that. Yeah, I just thought it was so adorable. Then at the furniture warehouse, I didn't actually show you what I got, but I got a couple pieces. First of all, I got this piece of art, which is an sort of hand embroidery, I want to say, of like a flower meadow, which I just thought is so nice, and it's in a frame, which is always good. It cost £8. And the thing that I really loved about it is on the back it has a message. It says, "For Sally, with much love, Penny." And I just love that. Like, I want to know who they are. I'm thinking of hanging it above the bed once the bedroom is done. And then I also got this mirror. I wanted a long rectangle mirror for the entranceway for like the longest time, and I actually spotted this weeks and weeks ago, maybe even months, when I went there to purchase our sofa, and I left it there at the time. So I mainly went back to the furniture warehouse hoping that they would still have this mirror, and they did. And I've hung it next to our entry doorway, and it's so handy to have it there. I've taken many pictures in it already. And yeah, I want to say that is everything that I got. I think in terms of charity shopping, I'm well spent now. I usually get the charity shopping bug when new seasons start. I'll probably get back into it for the autumn winter time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you as always for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time. Goodbye.